I think, one of her greatest discoveries. And I'm actually writing a little booklet on Tervel's 10 most important discoveries. Yeah. And one of them is that 99.9% of back pain comes from the front, has nothing to do with the back.
I agree.
It's the rectus abdominis and the iliopsoas. The rectus abdominis refers across the lumbar, and iliopsoas up and down on the lumbar. So if you think about it, everything we do all day is bending forward. Everything is bending forward. We don't do things going backward. So this brings up the premise of why the muscles end up with a problem, because if you think of a bucket of water and there's a drip and you put a bucket under it, it catches all these drops, it's no big deal until one more drop and the bucket's full, and then it starts overflowing. So if you think of a muscle here with a tendon at each end, every time you use that muscle, you put tension in. And the next time you use it, you put more tension in, and more tension in, and more tension in. And people start noticing that if I say, can you tell me where you're tight? Oh yeah, my hamstrings and my, this. That's because the bucket's filling up. And they're not doing anything, they just keep filling it. And so once the bucket is full of tension, it will do one of two things. It starts cramping severely, like a Charlie horse cramp almost, or it's pain. And every movement of that muscle after that will be pain until you empty the bucket with stretch. Yeah. Once you empty it with stretch, it has full motion. What most people tend to do is they go at the gym because they feel like they're getting weaker. If a muscle is half contracted, it's only got half power. So it is going to be weaker. If you take a fist and just make a fist, hold it for a minute, and then a few seconds let go of your fist, your fingers don't come all the way out here because they've got tension in them. And I had a kid come in with his resting hands position was like this because he rode in crew. So his hands never came out, and he came in with shoulder and arm pain. Yeah. And so what happens is, as the muscle gets fuller and you don't empty it, people think the answer is, if it's because I've been using it wrong, I need to go use it right and make it stronger. Length is strength, not more contraction. More contraction makes it weaker. So the longer, if you have a half a glass of water, you can only drink a half a glass. But you only have half a muscle working because the rest is full, you only have half power. So instead, if you empty that with very specific stretches, and I have a real aversion to stretches that are being taught, but if you stretch it back to full range of motion with no discomfort, you are stronger than you can even remember. Mm-hmm. And so they say for every hour that you work out in the gym, 40 minutes of stretch to neutralize it. Nobody does that.